an unbiased view. A social studies teacher in his 30s, Mr. Johnson is very serious about history and politics. He's very well spoken with intelligent opinions on both politics and history. He stands often when he teaches near the back of the room. However, he sits when addressing one person. He often uses his fingers on the desk when he talks about serious issues. Wears a button-down shirt, a colorful tie, and khaki pants. I think media has a tremendous effect, and studies have gone to show that too, that from everything between people's political attitude, to the foods they eat, to the type of programs that they choose to watch. I mean, whether they want to read or watch television or play video games, it seems like media's involved in a great deal of all of that, in many aspects of people's lives. So I think media has a tremendous effect. Yeah, I mean, for the last few elections, the media's had a great role. I think great in terms, not necessarily good, but great in terms of its significance. You know, media is supposed to be here to give the population, to give the people, an unbiased view of facts going on in political campaigns and elections and our daily political lives. You're supposed to be able to go to the media as a trusted source, and then, you know, sometime in like the 80s and 90s, that shifted, and media was allowed to take partisan views. And now, it's very difficult to find media sources that don't have some sort of bias, one way or the other. And I think that's unfortunate. And I also think that the media too often kind of panders to big interests. And what they need to do is what they should do. What they should do is what they were doing in the 50s and 60s, and just provide as unbiased a view as possible, and become a trusted source for people that don't necessarily have time to know as much about politics as someone like me is, to do this for a living does. So, I mean, the average American needs somebody they can trust to get the facts. And when they turn on the TV every night, and when they read the newspapers, and go online, and get on Twitter, and when they look for information, they don't always necessarily know how much bias is being put into that. I mean, they don't necessarily know that the sources that are being used in certain media outlets are sources that swing one way or the other. That they're the biggest sources created to justify the story. The story needs to be justified by the sources. So the whole thing has shifted, and because of that, it's back to media literacy. That people, if they want to know politics, they have to understand what the biases are. Search for as much fact as they can to get that information. And the sad part is that people don't have time to do that sort of thing. So I wish the media would go back to a little bit more of an unbiased opinion approach, but I don't know if it's going to happen.